The Honourable Member for Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke.
Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to rise on behalf of the brave women and men serving in the Canadian Armed Forces. I asked the Defence Minister why 700 soldiers, including the base hospital at Garrison Petawawa, were left out without heat or hot water. She didn't have an answer. She could not answer because she never bothered to find out why hot water was not deemed essential. Her job is to be accountable to Parliament. When something goes wrong in a department, the minister is responsible. That doesn't mean she was the one turning off the hot water. It just means it's her responsibility, her sworn duty to come to this House and give an account of what went wrong. Being responsible and accountable when we make mistakes is how we avoid making the same mistakes again. Instead of being responsible, the minister retreated to her safe space and just started listing off spending announcements as evidence of Liberal commitment to the Canadian Armed Forces. It's a crass and vulgar way to go through life thinking commitment can be measured in dollars and cents. Imagine telling your loved ones you measure their commitment by how much cash they spend on you. Of course, the irony is that the Liberals don't even spend the cash they have committed to the military. These Liberals cannot procure new equipment. They can't even process payments for per diems when soldiers are stationed overseas. The minister claims they're committed, but the Prime Minister tells a different story behind closed doors. Privately, the Prime Minister claims there's no political will for Canada to meet its commitment to NATO. Building political will to do the right thing is what leaders do, real leaders. But this Prime Minister would rather go surfing. The truth is, there is no support for the military in the Liberal Party base. The Canadian Armed Forces is currently under an unprecedented reconstitution order. Recruitment is cratering under this Prime Minister because Canadians know the truth. Why should they put their lives on the line in defense of Canada when this Prime Minister won't even defend the idea of Canada? How can you have a national defense if the Prime Minister believes we live in a post-nation state? These Liberals believe Canada is a racist, colonial, oppressor state. When radical extremists pull down the statues, this Prime Minister sides with the vandals. He strips historic names from buildings while taxpayer-funded foundation named for his father takes donations from dictatorships. He'd rather apologize for the country than celebrate it. This country strips out symbols of our heritage from the crown and replaces them with a snowflake. What message do you think that sends to potential recruits? The minister left our recruits out in the cold. The Prime Minister treats our military like a phallic joke. Why would people lay down their lives to defend this country when the government doesn't even seem to like this country? This Liberal Party has become so hostile to democratic accountability and freedom of speech, they passed a resolution requiring government approval to publish unnamed sources. Defending freedom and democracy used to be the best rallying cry to join the Canadian Armed Forces, yet these illiberals seem hell-bent on persuading Canadians that believing in freedom and democracy are unacceptable views. Nothing symbolizes the illiberal party contempt for the military than leaving our women and men in uniform out in the cold and dressing them up in snowflakes.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of National Defence.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The identification of essential staff at Base Petawawa was negotiated with the Union of National Defence Employees and the Public Service Alliance of Canada in consultation with the Canadian Forces Housing Agency. When strike action temporarily shut down the base's central heating plant, staff at the base moved quickly to ensure additional shower facilities with integral